How often do we wait until it's too late to act, to speak, or to change? Life doesn't always give second chances. Let's explore 5 powerful stories that remind us to take action before regret arrives. The first story, the unfinished letter. James was an old man with many regrets, but none heavier than the silence between him and his son. 20 years ago, a heated argument had shattered their bond. Words spoken in anger had built a wall of pride, and neither had taken the first step to tear it down. Over the years, James had often thought of reaching out. He would sit at his desk, pen in hand, and start writing a letter. But doubt always stopped him. What if he doesn't forgive me? What if it's too late? And so, he would put the pen down and tell himself, tomorrow, I'll finish it tomorrow. One morning, as he finally resolved to complete the letter, his chest tightened. His breath became shallow. The pen slipped from his fingers. Hours later, his housekeeper found him slumped over his desk, the letter unfinished. His son never got to read the apology that was never sent. Don't wait to say what needs to be said. One day, it may be too late. The second story, the 2 travelers and the bridge. 2 travelers arrived at a river where a wooden bridge stretched across the water. It was old and fragile, swaying slightly in the wind. The first traveler hesitated. "It looks too dangerous," he said. "What if it collapses?" He decided to wait for another way across. The second traveler took a deep breath and stepped forward. The bridge creaked under his weight, but he continued. As he reached the other side, he looked back and called, "It's not as weak as it looks." Encouraged, the first traveler finally stepped onto the bridge, but just as he did, the wind picked up and the bridge collapsed. Shocked, he called out, "How did you make it across safely?" The other traveler smiled and pointed, "Because I didn't wait for certainty. The bridge only needed to hold me once." Life's opportunities are like fragile bridges. If you wait too long, they might disappear. Sometimes, you must take a step forward even when you are unsure. The third story, the doctor's final warning. Mark was a successful businessman, always too busy for his health. When he started feeling occasional chest pains, he dismissed them. "It's just stress," he told himself. One day, he visited a doctor who warned him, "Your lifestyle is dangerous. If you don't make changes, exercise, eat healthier, and reduce stress, you're heading for serious trouble." Mark chuckled, "Doc, I feel fine. I'll start next year." Years passed. The pains became sharper, but Mark was always too busy to prioritize his health. One night, he woke up gasping for air, his chest burning. He reached for his phone to call for help, but his hands were too weak. Before he could dial, darkness overtook him. His last thought, "I should have listened." Don't wait to take care of yourself. Health doesn't wait for when it's convenient for you. The fourth story, the missed dance. At a wedding, an old woman sat alone, watching the dance floor with a bittersweet smile. She had spent her youth afraid to dance, afraid of looking foolish. At every party, she had turned down invitations, always saying, "Maybe later." But later never came. She had spent her life on the sidelines, watching others laugh, twirl, and enjoy the music. Now, as she looked at the dancers, young and carefree, she felt a deep regret settle in her heart. Her body, once full of energy, was now frail. Even if she wanted to, she could no longer dance. A young woman sitting next to her asked, "Are you okay?" The old woman smiled sadly. "Yes, I just wish I had danced when I still could." Enjoy life while you have the chance. Don't let fear hold you back. The fifth story, the man who ignored the rain. Tom watched as his neighbor hurriedly covered his roof with tarpaulin. Dark clouds loomed above. "Why are you doing that?" Tom asked. "A storm is coming," the neighbor replied, securing the tarp in place. Tom laughed. "It's just a drizzle. I'll fix my roof later." That night, the drizzle turned into a raging storm. The wind howled and rain poured through the holes in Tom's roof, soaking his furniture, ruining his walls. All night he struggled to contain the flood inside his home, wishing he had acted sooner. But the damage was already done. Problems don't wait. Fix them while they are small, or they will grow beyond your control. Regret is one of the heaviest burdens to carry. But the good news, you can avoid it. Don't wait to fix what's broken. Don't wait to express love. Don't wait to take care of yourself. The time to act is now before it's too late.